My name's Stuart Jeffries. I'm the founder and chief executive of For Goodness Shakes. I love cycling. I love the endorphin rush of riding fast, riding hard. The best event I've ever done is a 300k ride in Sweden. I remember one year doing it and crying during the ride because it was hurting so much, and then 15 minutes after finishing I think I'd signed up for next year. When I started doing those rides, the recovery products were terrible. I remember taking a pack out first time for that long ride, and I got to the end of the ride, and I even after nearly 200 miles on the bike, I couldn't drink it. It just tasted so terrible. I was so hungry, but I just couldn't finish the product. I wanted to make some products which were different to that. I wanted to make products that I liked and enjoyed and could finish after training, or even look forward to when I'm training or racing, or to finish at the end of that kind of event. I spoke to people, gave people samples of our product right at the start, and they really liked them and became converted very quickly. So I guess a lot of people did feel the same way that I did. I think most people believe that it's the act of training itself which makes you stronger, better and faster. But it isn't. It's the training breaks down your body. It's the process of recovery which makes you stronger, better and faster for next time. And that was the part that was least helped by, let's say, traditional sports nutrition products. So for me personally, and for elite athletes down to club level athletes, it was the biggest area that people could see a performance improvement, and it was something that nobody else was doing. So I consulted a nutritionist who worked with the British Olympic team, and she gave me some advice on recovery products. So I developed something that worked for me, worked for friends. At the time I was sharing a flat with an old friend, Jeremy, and we were sitting around a kitchen table one night, both pretty bored with what we were doing, and decided we'd make a business out of it. People seemed to be interested in the product, so why don't we have a go with it and see what happens. The big idea was to create a recovery product that offered top-level performance, but with taste and convenience too. Convenience means having something that is ready to drink on the go. That means you can take it with no fuss whatsoever. It's very easy, instantly available. You're tired at the end of a ride, you've got to stretch, you've got to shower, you might have to clean your bike. There's a lot of things to do. You don't want to be mixing something up that's complicated and hard. The fact that it tastes good means you will drink it every time, and you'll drink it quickly after training every time, and that's when the body needs it. In those days, you had to buy products from a specialist sports retailer, or a little bit at the time there was the internet, but that came along a bit later. So it was relatively hard for people to buy products. You certainly couldn't find them in a supermarket or a convenience store. Supermarkets are important to that because that's where people shop on a daily basis. So if you're either cycling or you're going to the gym, then there's every chance you live next to or you train close to a convenience store, so you can easily pick something up from that if you don't already have it in your kit bag. We didn't want to call the product a very sort of aggressive, masculine sounding name like Vipex or something like that, because there are so many other brands like that, and I'm not sure what they really mean. For Goodness Shakes was about the goodness, the quality and the care that we put into making sure the product is right for you, and the quality of the ingredients that goes into every bottle. It's important that we also look after athletes in a sort of wider health manner rather than just simply functional recovery. This picture shows the original founding team for the business, all crammed into a spare bedroom in Jeremy's house, I think at the time, which lasted for a while until we'd grown to a stage where we got kicked out by his wife. It was a pretty hot summer in that room. That photo shows Jeremy and I before our first sales meeting. It was quite a long time ago, as you can see from the amount of hair I've got. We were wearing those blue t-shirts, I think, for that first meeting, and we thought that was felt the right thing to do, to go in when you're seeing a customer to talk about a sports brand, but everybody else in the company and all the other people they're selling things were all wearing suits, so it felt a little bit strange. But it caused quite a reaction with the customer, actually. I think they saw us as different, a very different product, and very different people selling it to them. I was really excited to see the product on the supermarket shelves the first time. and can remember following people around the store when I'd seen them put the product into their baskets just to check that they did buy it. And it was so nice seeing people, if you saw somebody walking down the street drinking it. Obviously it's personal pride because it's a product you've touched and created, but it's also the realization of your vision that a recovery product is there for after somebody's trained in the gym, they can go along to a local supermarket, buy it and drink it and recover well immediately. This one shows one of the team parcelling up some of the very first products off the production line, going out to a British team preparing for the Olympics just before Athens. It's a very proud moment to have athletes of that calibre using our products in the run-up to such an important event. We used events to talk to people when we started the business because it was a perfect way to talk to them right at the time they needed a for goodness shakes when they're crossing the finishing line. So we'd be there whether it was the heat of summer or the freezing snow and icy winds of winter. We'd be there right at the moment they needed a for goodness shakes to talk to them and offer them the experience. And it converted a lot of people over to for goodness shakes, and we still meet people today or have people sometimes apply for jobs who've been there and received a for goodness shakes at that time. One of the first athletes we worked with was Dean Macy. He'd had some injury problems before we spoke to him, but we started to work with him, provided him recovery products, and he found they worked very well for him. His performance improved, and over time he developed and won gold in the Commonwealth Games. We picked up Bradley Wiggins. He was on our pack for a couple of years. I think it would be a struggle for us to afford him now given what he's done since, but we had a good relationship with Bradley for a good couple of years, and he won gold medals in the Olympics while we were working with him. Gradually over time developed a relationship with the English Institute of Sport, which is a body which supports our top athletes and coaches them, helps them through getting towards and attaining podium places. We are now a preferred nutritional partner of theirs, and they recommend our products out to athletes, to coaches and to Premiership football teams, etc, etc. For goodness shakes is used in most sports that certainly would appear in the Olympics and most competitive sports, and is used by over 4,000 top level athletes. So the English Institute of Sport asked us to develop a powdered product which would be much more easy to transport. So we developed this, which is effectively a dehydrated version of the same thing. So you can mix it straight away with water very quickly and very easily to make exactly the same nutritional drink. We've won lots of awards with our product range, but the ones that have mattered most are the ones like the Runners World Awards, because they're voted for by members of the public, and it's a real endorsement of what we're doing. The big idea behind Bring On Tomorrow is about a sense of ambition. It's about being as good as you can be the next day, about looking forward, a huge level of expectation for how good you can be. It's inspired our work with the Bring On Tomorrow Foundation, which is about taking the young people of today, the best young people of today, and trying to help them graduate to become the podium level athletes of tomorrow. Like a lot of cyclists, I'm quite competitive when I'm out there riding, and I think at work as well, we always strive to be as good as we can be. A lot of the people here have quite strong sports backgrounds. We've had I'll have a number of GB athletes here, but people also with good business experience too, because it isn't just about sports, it's about business too. But I think they all share an interest in taking sport out to more people, helping people to perform better. There was a very interesting article on the BBC about the growth of protein shakes. The protein shake market has been growing very quickly. A lot of people, I think, have become switched off by fatty diets and see the foundation for good health as being good exercise and good nutrition. The idea with this product is to offer the best tasting protein shake that is available within arm's length of your training workout, whether it's at a gym or whether it's some interval training you do. Well, we live in a very exciting time. There are more and more people doing more and more sports, and that creates a very positive climate for us. What we need to do is to develop new and exciting products for them and to make sure we have the best tasting, best performance products available right where people need them. With an ageing population, it means there's an even greater requirement for nutritional support, and that will be very exciting for us.